Notre Dame. The best year of college football.
This team is good enough to win the national championship.
Notre Dame's all the way back.
Touchdown Irish! What a start for the Irish.
Notre Dame, you either love Notre Dame or you hate Notre Dame.
It's all for Notre Dame and to make sure we achieve team glory.
A big success of our team is not just our football team, but also all of the supporting characters that come with it.
I want to make sure I thank our band, our cheer squad, our fans, and everybody that has a part of the University of Notre Dame.
That is a story. Like, they are arm in arm, like, singing her glory.
We hope we see this shirt all over the world.
And this year, the color of the shirt will be
It's a pretty even split between green and blue in the past because those are the most popular ones. There are 3 gold. We did gold last year, which was so fun. Usually you kind of don't do 2 of the same color in a row, so I wouldn't see us doing like another gold shirt.
So when we pick a color, a big determining factor is, first and foremost, how can we represent the community in this color?
I feel like we switched it up this year so much with the gold. I almost want to just do something classic, just go with the navy.
As somebody who hasn't had a dark green shirt, I've had every other color. I've had Kelly, I've had navy, and I've had gold. So I think it would be cool to have dark green.
The design can really work well on either color because it's a dark color and I've done that a lot.
I don't know. I'm so torn.
I don't know, I'm also torn.
They're both really classic. They both would look sick, so honestly, I'd be happy.
We're like 50-50 split. Like, we have no idea what we're doing right now.
No, actually, I think we're in the right ballpark. It's just
100%.
this is it.
We are going to come to a vote. We just cannot leave today without a color. So if you are in favor of the shirt 36 being navy blue, please raise your hand. If you are in favor of the shirt 36 being dark green, please raise your hand. Good job. We have our shirt color. Woohoo! First deadline done. So we have about 30 minutes left. I think we're smart to keep talking design a little bit.
This is a completely new direction. It's the 180th year of the band. And I was thinking we wanted to drive some sort of narrative with like characters involved that aren't just all football players.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've represented the band ever before. And if I'm thinking about like a Notre Dame game day, I'm seeing the trumpets. Like that's one of like the most beautiful things you can do at Notre Dame.
A big success of our team is not just our football team, but also all of the supporting characters that come with it. So our band, the Irish Guard, the Leprechaun, really encapsulate the spirit of the Notre Dame game day. And we wanted to represent what that experience is like from the community's perspective on the back of the shirt.
The reason I wanted to include the band too is because I really, really like the rhetoric of like sound her family, cheer her, something with the musicality.
Like, they are arm in arm, like, singing her glory. Like, that is a story.
Everything that we're kind of dealing with here feels like community-based theme, including the band, including the Irish Guard or a cheerleader. It feels very community-oriented.
It makes me excited to see the different features and if we want
So as we approached mid-December and then early January, the football season kept going and there kept being new moments and new parts of the story and new parts of the history.
Notre Dame wins the state championship. They beat Indiana in the first ever college football playoff game on a campus site. The Irish are headed to the Sugar Bowl.
This is like old Notre Dame football. Like, we're back to being a winning school. We're back to being part of the conversation.
There are people that will buy the shirt that have been around, in the 80s.
As we're designing a shirt, we're on a timeline and there are deadlines that we have to hit. And so we wanted to make sure that we were paying attention to how that story evolved while still keeping the design updated. But as those timetables converged, we started getting a little under pressure.
moments when he did say he shouted out the band, he shouted out the cheerleaders, everyone at the game.
So I want to make sure I thank our band, our cheer squad, our fans, and everybody that has a part of the University of Notre Dame.
Yes, they might not all be like football players, but I think they're all such key components of the football program as a whole. I think the characters being there, this is the most fitting year for them to be there.
So obviously the 2024 season for Notre Dame was super exciting, and there were a lot of ups and downs, and so we could come in every week with a new design and new concept sketches and things like that. But at the end of the day, we didn't know how the 2024 Notre Dame season was going to end. We didn't know how that story ended.
Two programs with global fan bases, but even if you're neutral or just casual, Ohio State and Notre Dame together on a football field with a national championship trophy in the building is special and something to be savored. Welcome to Atlanta and the College Football Playoff National Championship presented by AT&T.
I don't care if you're here for 1 year or you've been here for 6 years. They've left this place a better place. They put this program in a position to play for a national championship. It's just an honor to be on this journey with them.
When everything was all said and done, I think one of the takeaways that our whole committee had was that this team and this group of players was one that was going to keep fighting and keep rallying around the Notre Dame community and keep fighting for the university. And so those were sort of themes that we wanted to honor. On the back, we actually included a couple features after the signature wins in the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans and then the Orange Bowl in Miami, which were sort of historic New Year's Six wins for Notre Dame football.
We took a lot of inspiration from old ticket stubs as well as the old programs that you can see throughout the stadium concourse. The play depicted on the front of the shirt is actually a historic play from the 1988 game against Miami, where we won en route to the national championship.
Right side, 3 wide receivers right. They're going to go for 2. Back to throw. Walsh, look. Has the time. Lost the ball. The pass is batted down.
At the beginning of the year, we really start to think about what a Notre Dame football game experience means to us. And to kind of further than that, we think about what Notre Dame as a whole, as a university, as a community means to us. And our entire committee really agreed that it's about rallying behind one another. It's about this experience of a football game bringing together so many people. And so we knew always that that was kind of one of our goals with this shirt. The shirt itself brings together so many people in that first home game, but also throughout the whole season.
Early February, we had the opportunity to visit L2 at their production facilities.
You guys are super lucky to work with Allison and her team. They do a great job, but more importantly, appreciate you putting confidence in us.
You know, the first day we were there was a lot of seeing the facilities and resources they have, touring their production floor, and really kind of understanding all the capabilities that they bring to the table that could help us sort of realize our vision for the shirt 2025.
I think throughout the ideation of the design, there were a lot of talks about how can we really bring in what a Notre Dame game is.
It's definitely, just at first glance, like all-encompassing game day. Having the band, having the player, the flyover, like all of that.
The second day was sort of all hands on deck. We were running back and forth between the production floor. We would print a version of the shirt, see what it looked like, and then maybe run back upstairs and tweak the design, compare colors. You know, we had a book of 50 different shades of gold, and we have to find the shade that looks the most like what we're going for. You know, we get the first print off, the gold's maybe a little orange, but that's why we're there in person, so we can make sure that that vision really translates to the fabric of the actual shirts.
What makes this year's design really exciting is combining all these hand-drawn elements with all the elements that make up Notre Dame's game day.
As a vertical manufacturer and a licensee for over 30 years, we know we can provide the service to the shirt committee of creating a great product and designing a great product and manufacturing that for them. But knowing that we are contributing to a mission that is having a positive impact on the educational journeys for Notre Dame students, we are honored to play a role in that. And with the global reach that Notre Dame has and the large student base and alumni network, we hope we see this shirt all over the world.
Looking at this shirt as a whole, I absolutely love it. I think that it's an incredible shirt, and I think that our team has done an absolutely incredible job. And I think everything really holds its own place and holds value in that place.
The Shirt Project supports Student Activities Funds and the Shirt Project Fund, the first of which supports student activities and ensuring that every Notre Dame student has the resources to make the most of their Notre Dame experience. The Shirt Medical Fund goes to support any students with emergency medical expenses, and that was what the first shirt went to support.
One of my favorite parts of this shirt is the attention to detail. There's a lot of really fun Easter eggs, and once you get to know the shirt, and once you get to kind of be familiar with it, you really start to see those. I think that the play on the front is an absolutely fantastic idea. I think the orange bowl and the sugar bowl callouts were so fun. Kind of something we didn't know would be in there till the end, but now I can't imagine the shirt without them. This was about the community and the people who, you know, traveled all the way down to Miami and to Atlanta and to New Orleans to kind of really support this team and to be there for them. And it was about the band members who had showed up time and time again for their team. It was about the fans, it was about the students, it was about the alumni, it was about so many more people that come together to really make this a community engagement experience.